Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the video. Let us discuss recent news that the Battlefield 4 AMD Mantle patch has been delayed until an unspecified date in January. So I'm going to read you guys out a quote from a representative. It says, "After much consideration, the decision was made to delay the Mantle patch for Battlefield 4. AMD continues to support DICE on public introduction of Mantle, and we are tremendously excited about the release for Battlefield 4. We are now targeting a January release, and we'll have more information to share in the new year." End quote. Once again, just to reiterate, they haven't given a specific release date in January, so we could see it, for example, in the first week, or we could see it at the end of January. So, what are the reasons behind this? Well, according to AMD, a representative has said that the cause of the delay is due to EA's recent decision to halt game development in favour of bug stomping. So, I don't think many of us are exactly surprised by the fact that it's been delayed. I mean, there were very few announcements regarding this. They were pretty quiet, which is generally a good indication that it wasn't going to be released. I mean, and as well as look at the date. You know, when it gets to like the 28th, the 29th, and then the 30th, and then finally the 31st, you've got a fairly good feeling that it's going to be a delay until next year. It's a little annoying, I agree. For Battlefield 4 players, I can understand that maybe you're a little frustrated over this, but this is going to be an important release for AMD, right? As well as DICE. DICE currently are fixing a lot of bugs in Battlefield 4, and that's not a criticism. The game is huge, right? It's a massive engine. It's a new release, not only of a new engine, but they're also trying to release and patch on multiple different platforms. Now, I understand that it's got to be extremely frustrating, particularly, you know, the disconnects and the crashes, but they are doing their best to fix it. And that's why I think that as players, we do need to give the team a little patience. They will get around to releasing it, and it will be impressive. And I'm sure all of us would agree that we don't want to see Mantle botched, least of all AMD, because AMD are putting a lot of faith into this, right? We don't even have a performance, exact performance numbers right now. AMD are obviously working with DICE to optimize and get good performance. And if it's like, let's just say, for example, that they release it and it's buggy and we get frames all over the place. We get, for example, only 5% performance in one section, and another section could be like 15% extra performance, and another section is like even. Everyone would just be like, well, this isn't that good. What we'd prefer, of course, is a nice stable improvement over frame rate, and ultimately they need a good stable base to work on. So I don't really criticize them for this. I think it's a good decision on their part. Make sure the release is ready, make sure that it's impressive, and I for one welcome the release. And I'm a NVIDIA owner, by the way, but I'm extremely excited to see what happens with Mantle. Anyway, I've also linked an article in the description which gives you guys the exact quotes, the previous stories, as well as general information on Mantle. So if you do want to do a little bit of reading up, you can do so. Anyway, I'm going to get going. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but unfortunately that's just sometimes the breaks. But I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.